Yo, man, check it out. This may be my last video, my last take on Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence. And really, if you're not blinded by your love for either particular fighter, you could see who really is ducking and who really is showing more fear than the other. Mr. Errol Spence Jr. One interview he had, I don't know if it was during the Frank Martin fight or what, but the last interview I saw where he spoke on Bud Crawford publicly, he said, he was asked, can we just forget about all these other fighters? Can we just make it all about Bud Crawford? Can you guarantee that your next fight is going to be against Bud Crawford? And this man, Errol Spence, said out of his mouth, yeah, I think we can still make that happen, but he gonna have to take whatever we give him. That was a red flag already right there. And then he countered that by saying, he gonna have to settle for the 60-40 or even 7-30, whatever we give him. First of all, this is what blows me away. Terrence Bud Crawford was and is now currently ranked number 1 pound for pound in the world out of all weight classes. Lightweight, welterweight, middleweight, cruiserweight, heavyweight, whatever weight class it is, out of everybody, he's ranked number 1 in the world. So the fact that he is the B-side to Errol Spence is beyond me. 2, the fact that he's number 1 pound for pound and he has to settle for a pay cut. Now, this is the crazy thing about Errol Spence Jr. When he fought Danny Garcia, it was a 60-40. Danny Garcia is nowhere near the caliber of fighter as Bud Crawford, nor has he accomplished as much as Bud Crawford, resume-wise. When he fought Shawn Porter, it was 50-50. Spence didn't have no issues with contracts or if he should get more money than Shawn Porter or not. Oh, it was 50-50. Ugas, when he fought Ugas, he had no issue with getting the same amount, 50-50, right? But when it comes to Bud Crawford, this is how I know Spence has some fear. And he really don't want this fight because he playing all these mind games and these politic games with Bud Crawford, which the whole world has been watching for this, waiting for this fight. Everybody knows that this is going to be the biggest fight in boxing to date. They keep trying to glorify Canelo and make Canelo this big thing, or Canelo and Triple G. Man, that is cap. We all know. And we know there's some people out there, there's some haters and some racist people that's trying their hardest to not make this big mega fight between 2 black fighters. And Spence is making it easier for these haters and these race baiters to do that. But it's going to happen one way or the other, or it's going to just fully expose and reveal how much of a duck and how scared and fearful Errol Spence is of Crawford. The fact that Spence is putting Bud through all of these hula hoops and putting him through all this mess. None of the stuff he did to the fighters prior to Crawford. But when it comes to Crawford, you got every excuse in the book. Oh, yeah, you're going to have to take the 60-40 or 7-30, wherever we give you. This shit personal, huh, Spence? See, this is how I know when Bud approached him years back about fighting him, and Spence was making up all these other excuses. So why would I go to easy route? And also in that interview, the recent interview that Spence had, he said, after he said he going to have to take whatever we give him, he said, but also, but you never know. I might move up and fight Canelo. When prior to that interview, he called out Bud. He said, y'all already know the fight I want. I want Bud Crawford next. I'm coming for that strap. I said I was going to clean up my side of the street. Now I'm coming over to get my strap. Strap season. Right? But a day later, or a week later, you brainwashed. You whitewashed your mind. You just all of a sudden, it's like did the Men in Black come to your room and just wipe your memory away to where you forgot what you said? Because now it's all of a sudden, I might just move up and fight Canelo. You got even Jermell Charlo. See, I was giving Jermell a whole lot of props, and I was feeling like his brother Jermell is a duck, because we know he's been ducking Andrade for the longest time. Jermell has been scared shitless about Demetrius Andrade for the longest. But Jermell now Jermell and Jermell, they both are showing that they have people that they fear in the boxing game. Jermell want to try to throw Erickson Lubin, a guy that he knocked out on Crawford. So you're gonna fight. So you wanna. This is your way of avoiding Crawford. And said, well, you fight Lubin first. If you can't even beat Lubin, you can't even fight me. You leave me alone. Leave me alone. Man, you Charlo brothers, man, y'all getting on my nerves now, bro. Because first of all, I'm a twin like y'all, and just the power that twins can possess and generate is beyond the typical person. But see, it's too much money and ego in y'all's camp now to where y'all acting like divas. Spence is becoming a diva just like y'all. And we know who the real boogeymen are. There's only two real boogeymen in boxing. Demetrius Andrade and Bud Crawford. Demetrius Andrade has to be the most disrespected elite boxer in the game today. Ain't no way that these people can just act like Andrade ain't nothing and think people ain't gonna call them out on that bullshit. Nobody wants to give Boo Boo Andrade a shot because they know Boo Boo is that guy. He is that nigga, for real. But we got even black fighters being protected by white organizations and promoters to help them avoid fighting Andrade. You know why? Because Andrade is an independent. He's like if this was the rap gang, Demetrius Andrade is that independent artist that's making his own money. Like a Young Dolph or something like that. To where, you know, they can't control him. They can't dictate to him and play these little games. So Andre been trying to kick down door after door after door. They've been trying to put barriers over this man to stop him from fighting all the top fighters. He should have already been fought Jermell Charlo. I don't know what's going on between him and the situation with David Benavidez, but hopefully David Benavidez and Andrade can fight, because nobody else want to fight Andrade. I think David Benavidez is not scared of anybody, even though I don't think he'll beat Andrade, but I want to see the fight because the fans deserve to see it. Errol Spence Jr. is clearly scared because he said out his own mouth. He can't hide behind his promoters on this. He said out his own mouth, but he's going to have to do the settle for the 60-40 or 7-30, whatever we decide to give him. Come on, man. If that ain't a clear sign that somebody is scared, especially when he didn't do none of this with any of the other fighters prior to Bud, man, y'all delusional, man. All you aerosexuals, man, y'all strange. Y'all are blinded. Y'all are like a person that's in a relationship and they just so in love that they're blinded by the habits and the behavior patterns and just the foul stuff that their significant other does. And by the time once they realize it, they already been in too deep with them. But man, y'all got to start being real with yourself. If y'all are fans of the sport of boxing, stop trying to make excuses for people you like. Y'all are acting like just like how people on social media, they want to take up for people that they like. If they don't like that person, they're gonna come up with any little thing to say about someone that they don't like. Y'all making 1,000 excuses for Errol Spence, and Errol Spence has been proven showing without a doubt that he don't want to fight Bud Crawford. But once y'all start admitting the truth, it's going to be too late. Stop taking up for Errol Spence, man. Call him out on his bullshit, because we know he's full of shit. There should be no reason why he playing money games with Bud Crawford. And that's how you know Errol Spence is protected. Who is protecting Spence? Who gives him the power to tell Bud Crawford, the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, that he gonna have to take what we give him? We're gonna lowball you. So if you want to fight me, you're gonna have to take this. Who is somebody behind Spence? Because Spence ain't got that much damn power. And he ain't that big of a fighter like that. If he didn't align himself with Mayweather a long time ago, and that rumor about how well he did against Mayweather sparring, Errol Spence wouldn't even be nowhere near recognized the way he is right now. But Errol Spence has been feeding off the hype of Mayweather ever since that, I'm the boogeyman, I'm the weight bully and all this other shit. Man down, strap season. I want all the smoke. You don't want no smoke. You don't want no smoke with Bud Crawford, bro. Don't nobody want smoke with Demetrius Andrade, and don't nobody want smoke with Bud Crawford. That is a reality right there. That is a fact. And I'm tired of people being so blinded by the reality that's in front of their face. Errol Spence did none of this clown stuff until Bud Crawford came into play. Now, if Spence didn't say any of that stuff about, Bud Crawford gonna have to settle for this, settle for that, then I'll be like, okay, maybe it's these promoters and these people behind the scenes trying to stop a black mega fight. But no, Errol Spence, we know you're not a boss, bro. You're hiding behind certain people to avoid facing certain people. Man, we gonna see what happened, bro. But y'all gonna wake up, dog. Because there ain't no way that, Bud Crawford has agreed to everything. And this is the worst situation, the worst deal you could offer anybody for a mega fight. The number one pound for pound fighter in the world. It's not Spence, it's Bud Crawford. But he gotta settle for crumbs? Nigga, please.